Hi there, this is James Bayfield, America's number one short sale debt negotiator. I want to welcome you to jamesbayfield.com. I want to go ahead and create a little slide for you right quick because everybody always asks me, how do I get stuff done? What is my secret? What is the key to having all my time back to myself? What exactly do I do? What I really do is I outsource most of my work, I believe in innovation and marketing. That's what I like to do. I like to innovate whenever I can, and the way I innovate is not is by not doing the work. I outsource the work because there's always a guy who has more time, more talent than I have, and he could do a lot better job than I do at most of the time. So what I wanted to do is create a little 3 or 4 minute slide to demonstrate to you how to build trust with your freelancer. I use a service online called freelancer.com, and I use that to outsource my technology needs, my programming, squeeze page, landing page, Facebook stuff, anything technology, software based, and I like to outsource it online. And I just want to basically, most people have a problem with trusting the people online they work with, and you don't know who to give your money to, you know. And what I like to tell people, when you're online, you just gotta trust some sources. You gotta trust them small. You gotta be willing to spend a little bit of money. Spend like $30, $100. I mean, it might $100 might be a lot of money to a person, but if you're gonna be in the game, if you're an entrepreneur, one of the expenses you're gonna have is a marketing expense, an advertising expense, and expense like that. So you gotta look at them at just money got that have to be spent. So if you want something done, you could spend all day, all night trying to figure it out. You could get a guy from India, or some foreign country that studied this stuff, that went to school for this stuff, that could do it for you in a real quick. So basically, this video is called "How to Build Trust with Your Freelancers." Right. Again, my name is James Bayfield. I'm with JamesBayfield.com. My whole motto is to have freedom, time to myself, and peace of mind. That's my whole motto, and the way I do that is by outsource most of my activities and keep a personal assistant nearby, and do little as possible. Yeah, just do the things that gonna make me money, then and keep it going. All right. So building trust with your tech guy. Well, the number one thing, you should be available when they need you. Whenever you outsource a job to a tech guy, you should try to be available to give them the ID and passwords, to give them the PDF. You should always scan your idea on your computer into a PDF format or some kind of JPEG format, image format, so they can have an idea what the thing look like. If it's a graphic design you want done, if it's a web page you want done, sketch it out in paper and pencil, then either e-fax it to yourself or scan it to your computer, convert it to a PDF, so they can have an idea what the work look like. Because some of these people don't really speak your language the way you speak your language. They don't speak clearly. They don't. I mean, they read clearly. Sometimes they don't speak clearly. So you might have to get onto Skype with them, walk them through the process. You want to get them started. You want to make sure that they're able to log into your control panel. Make sure they're able to log into your hosting company. If you're using GoDaddy or Bluehost or any other hosting company, you gotta make sure the guy able to log in quickly. All right. Make sure the guy when the guy's ready to start working, you don't want any delay because they want everything to be on schedule. So you need to be available when they need you to be available, and constantly monitoring this stuff. Make sure they're on their job. Make sure the stuff is getting done. Either you doing it personally or somebody else doing it personally. Me personally, I do my own work. I monitor them personally at times, and just to get them started. Then I would turn over the project to someone else who will finish the process, and I would just look at the updates constantly. All right, and also provide them all the admin user ID and password. Go ahead and trust them. They're only gonna do something vindictive if you don't pay them. So that's why you want to go ahead and escrow the money as soon as possible once the project started. So they know that money is in escrow. They know the money is there, so you don't have any challenges. You have any problem. So the only time a tech guy will hurt you if you don't pay them, you give them negative reviews, and the relationship wasn't right. So if you do a good job from the introduction about your project, what you need, what you don't need, when do you want it done, when you don't want it done, your expectation, you review the previous work, then a lot of this stuff you can, a lot of future problems can be eliminated. Again, I tell you, provide a PDF sketch of the work needed. If it's a logo you need done, sketch it out. If it's a book you need done, create some phantom titles and articles and outline. This is how I like my work to look. This is the function that I needed to have. When I click on this button, I want this other page to come up. Do as much as a pre-planned work as possible, so when they get the work, they can give you exactly what you need. And be clear, be specific. You gotta be specific with this stuff. If you're not specific, then you know what I'm saying. You gotta be specific so they have an idea of what to do, what not to do, so a project can be completed on time. All right, and set expectations. You know what I mean? You gotta set expectations. You listen. This is what I need done. I need done by Tuesday, 4 p.m. I don't care if you have to work on this thing day and night, all day, all night. That's their problem. That's not your issue. Don't get into their personal issue. The lights went out in their country. That's their problem. Of course, you understand lights. If you're in the Philippines, lights goes off. You work with them, but the idea is, they have to be professional. You have to hold them to a standard. If you had no standard, then they would do whatever they want to do. And don't be difficult. You know what I mean? If they ask for something, say, I need a password, I need a user ID, I need you to test this, log into this database and do this function for me, go ahead and work with them. Don't be difficult. Don't say I'm not available. Provide a body. If you don't provide a body, then you're gonna create a challenge with this with your tech guy. So how do you work with your freelancer? Again, you pay them fast. Pay them via milestone. If 20% of the work is complete, pay them 20%. Don't play game with them. If they ask for the money, pay them the money. When you work with people from India, they're gonna be asking for the money constantly, constantly, constantly. That's the reason why you gotta have 20% work that you are comfortable with. You know what I mean? So when the work is done, you have an idea. But then again, in the beginning, you set the standard. Let the guy listen. I'm not gonna pay you until certain X amount of work is done. All right, and that's is the same principle applied to construction project. The same principle applied to a web design project, development project. Again, pay them fast. Give them 20%. Don't risk a lot of money, and hey, and also be patient with the guy, because some guys just work a little funny. They have a different way of getting things done, and some people do things, one way. I was working with one programmer. Honestly, I don't think he knew what he was doing, but he was able to get the work done, but not to standards. So, there's a standard way to do work. There's a non-standard way to do things. You want some people could fix things, some people could troubleshoot things. Not everybody's a designer or a developer. They could just be some kind of, I call them handyman. They could patch things up for you, and you gotta recognize that. And you're gonna run to a lot of that stuff. They're gonna say, "Oh, I have 3 or 4 years experience." You have no way of verifying the experience. The only thing you can do is just read what they put in their profile. You know what I mean? You could use guru.com, you could use freelance.com, you could use elancer.com, elance.com, odesk.com to find some good resources. Again, don't complain too much, if because the whole idea is not to be stressed out. The idea is not to be stressed out. So don't let anybody stress you out. Just give them a little bit of money and get it over with. I always get good reviews, right? Even bad tech guy, I get in good reviews because that's where most of the problem arrive with people that have like the understanding expectations. Those people make a living of the reviews. It's like anything else. You go to eBay, I'm looking for reviews. You go to Amazon.com looking for reviews. You type my name, people looking for reviews. That's just this is a society that we live on now, because we can only people have to depend on the reviews, or people have to depend on what was written about you and your past work. So always give them good reviews. Listen, this guy was amazing. He worked late. He worked all night. He got the task was difficult for him, but he got it done. And I will work with him again in the future. He was awesome. Give him good reviews, excellent reviews, so it helps them get the next project so they can feed their family. So you can go ahead and benefit of the project they complete for you. Also respect the program and time. You got to respect their time. Some works take 8 hours, some work takes 2 hours. Respect their time. If the work they're doing for you, they run into a lot of difficulty. Not because they lack the expertise or technical know-how. It's because your project was a little complicated. They underbid, and throw them a couple more dollars. Throw them an extra $20 on the project. I'm gonna pay them an extra $50. It'll make them happy. It'll make things work for them. You make everybody happy, man. You know what I mean? That's the whole idea. The whole idea is to have good staff, good employees, good virtual staff, good resources, so you can sit on your desk with your 2 or 3 computer. Like right now, I'm recording this thing on my laptop, my MacBook Pro laptop, and I have a PC on my left, and I have a Mac Pro, double screen that I use to play with video stuff. This is a hobby for me. When it gets difficult, I just upload the stuff to a website, using Dropbox. Let the guys take it over because they're the pro, and I'm just the guy that like to play with this thing. So that's the idea, man. The idea is to work with freelancers, get good reviews, build trust, build relationships. So when you need something done, like a Facebook page, you send your guy a quick email via Skype. You email him the PDF. You email them a PDF of what you need done, and this is what I like it to look like. This is a function I need to have, and they'll, what you gonna charge me for this? They say, well, give me $20, give me $50, boom, and because these guys are such an experts. If they have a relationship with you, and they'll stop whatever they're doing to take care of you right away, or they'll tell you, listen, I cannot do it right this moment, but I could do it for you in about X amount of days, and will you wait for me? And if you can't, if you'll wait for them, then what I mean. That's the whole idea. The whole idea is to get your time back, to create freedom and freedom, peace of mind, and these are just tools. I mean, these are just tools. All of these tools. That's all it is. My name is James Bayfield. If you like this video, I'd like for you to click likes or give me a good review, or go to my website, opt into my page. If you like what I'm about positivity. I don't support negativity. You would never hear me making a negative comment about anyone, publicly or with my associate. I don't believe negativity kills. Some people feed off that. They get fired motivation off that, but that's their life. That's not my life. So that's what it is. I'm James Bayfield for JamesBayfield.com, and I hope this video bring you joy, prosperity, and help you out in your decision making in terms of hiring freelancers to work for you and improve your business. Thank you. See you then.